Spiritual responsibility and personal meaning. Many persons today are frantically searching for personal meaning. In a transient and normalist society that daily witnesses atrocities around the world and lives with the constant threat of nuclear destruction, many people implicitly doubt that life has significance. Even the apparently well-adjusted have moments of doubt about meaning, because life's inevitable loss and pain disturb a hedonistic society that finds meaning basically in pleasure and prosperity. The priesthood of all believers, however, is a truth that can establish meaning in life and affirms God's original testimony that humankind was created very good, Genesis 1:31. Yet a sense of meaningless has spread like a spiritual plague, and many persons live in despair. One of the greatest steps we can take toward giving persons a sense of meaning and purpose is to affirm that what they choose matters, that it affects their lives and the lives of others. Many today, of course, deny that humankind can make significant choices. Psychologist B.F. Skinner, for example, in the book Beyond Freedom and Dignity, denies that humans possess personal freedom and the dignity of making meaningful choices. Skinner sees humans as products of environmental conditioning who should neither be praised nor punished for their personal situations, because scientific analysis shifts the credit as well as the blame to the environment. For Skinner, our lives are shaped through control exercised by the environment and not by genuine human choice. Humans do not make choices. They merely appear to choose as they respond to the environment. Skinner is absolutely correct when he says that if his position were allowed to shape society's social policy, it would take humans beyond freedom and dignity. But he fails to tell his readers that a mechanistic despair lies beyond the freedom and dignity he so despises. Viktor Frankl is much closer to the truth when he says, "Man is not fully conditioned and determined. Man does not simply exist, but always decides what his existence will be, what he will become in the next moment." Frankl's observation on human life seem more insignificant than Skinner's and bear the mark of a deep integrity formed through his practice of psychiatry and 3 years he spent in brutal concentration camps. He who lives in concentration camps can remember the men who walked through the huts comforting others, giving away their last piece of bread. They may have been few in number, but they offer sufficient proof that everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Individuals can experience dignity only to the degree they feel that their choices make a difference in their life and their world. They must sense a responsibility for the shape of their life. Frankl reminds us that although we cannot choose our circumstances, we can determine our responsibilities to circumstances. The accusation, "You made me angry," is then, in the strictest sense, untrue, because it wrongly assumes that another person can control our emotions. Knowing that we are responsible for our own reactions to life, James urged his fellow Christians, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops persistence." The doctrine of the priesthood of all believers affirms human dignity and purpose by affirming spiritual responsibility. Our spiritual life is affected by our decisions, and we are accountable for those choices. The responsibility for a person's spiritual life cannot be shifted to a spouse, parent, pastor, or priest, or counselor, which individuals believe is important to God's work and must act responsibly before God.